connection somehow has become a little bit unstable. Here we are again, guys. Let me know. I will also keep a close watch on my stream here, but somehow didn't have that before. Okay. So what I just said was we're ready to go. Just did my checklist here. Before taxi to runway, we need to be very wary of crosswind correction while we're taxiing. So we're going to go to the left and let's see how far we can get here in the dark. Taxi lights are on. TrackIR is on. No airplane here. Good. Brake test works. To the right. Here we go. Aircraft on final. Slow taxi here. Man, it's dark. Starry sky. Well, let's stick on the taxiway here. Good. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. I guess those are gusty winds. So hard also just to focus. Here's the end of the runway. Of the taxiway, I mean. Just do a quick circle here. Circle, good. Keep on the base. Alright, so no other traffic there. Good. Awesome. Okay. Engine is warm. Mixture full in. 1800. No unshaded messages. Everything is stable. Left mag. Clear. Both. Right mag. Seems to be good as well. Oh, that's not the starter I don't need. Landing light again. Let's get charged. Good. Back to idle. No unshaded messages. Oil pressure is okay. Good. Back to 1000. Alrighty. Landing lights on. Taxi lights off. Strobe lights on. Again, departure just straight out 8,500. And we're gonna fly that that track here right away to the VUR, Fillmore VUR. Once I have a stable departure, gonna contact a Sokol approach for flight following. Alright, no one here. As far as I can see, no. I saw someone on the runway, but it's gone already. Good. So here we go, guys. Quadelchi traffic, yellow sky, because departing runway 18 for straight out departure. Quadelchi. There we are. Strong winds, my gosh. Yoke correction here. There we go. Oh man, winds. 60. Rotates. And there we go. Weather vane into the wind. There we go, guys. VY. Trimming it down a bit. So far, so good. A little bit turbulent, I notice. So we can just keep on our straight out departure here, and we'll eventually track that needle. Okay, no other air traffic as far as I can see. Far in the distance though. Good. It's always so challenging to fly at night, my gosh. And I can see already the city lights. Good. Aquadelcia traffic. Yellow Skyhawk is leaving the traffic pattern area to the southwest, currently at 4,000 up to 8,500. Last call. Aquadelcia. Good, there's the needle. Slowly turning to the right there. Again, nice climb. Look at these city lights, it's so pretty. More to the right now, track that, capture that needle. Landing lights off. Again, some traffic in front of us there on my 2 o'clock, on my 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Oh, mini webs, did I? Oh my gosh. Well, Aquadelcia and French Valley are both beautiful airports. Okay. Let me switch to SoCal approach and listen. Keep on track here, Tim. A little bit more to the right. And I didn't set my clock. Again, I also didn't check the checklist. Use the checklist before I departed. Let's turn it on anyway. Shorter than planned, but still. Again, it's not systematic. It's not critical. Critical awareness, no critical thinking here. You're so focused on just flying the airplane that I'm not really thinking about flying or planning my flight.
Bird 3 Alpha Juliet, jump my ground, runway 20 left, taxi via Alpha Hotel Charlie Kilo.
Okay, there we go. A little bit more to the right here to keep on that needle. Also love how xEnviro generates this evening haziness on the horizon. Really pretty. LA area.
Bird 3 Alpha Juliet Hotel is second. It's Alpha's first. Alpha Hotel Charlie Kilo.
Getting my scratch pad here. To contact SoCal approach. A little bit of trimming here. Yeah, we're nicely stable. Perhaps should also complete my departure or climb out checklist first before I contact SoCal. Let me see. Departure. En route climb. Throttle. Mixture, that's good. Flaps. Airspeed. Pitot heat, we don't need. Navigation. Log in progress. Okay. Cruising. It's for later. Okay, cool. Local approach. Skyhawk Papa Hotel Tango India Mike. VFR request.
DHTM, SoCal approach.
Papa Hotel Tango India Mike is a Cessna Skyhawk. We're currently well, 7 miles west of Aqua Dulce. Currently at 6,800 and climbing to 8,500. And we'd like to have flight following to Oceano, if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango Mike, SoCal approach, Roger, Squawk 3716 ident.
Squawk 3716 and we'll ident. Papa Hotel Tango Mike. 3716. If that's set, yeah, that's set. And ident. Boom, ident. Bad handwriting here. Keep climbing, by the way, Tim. And he called me Papa Hotel Tango India Mike, not just PHTIM. Also a good thing.
PHTIM, radar contact 5 miles west of the Aqua Dulce Airport. Burbank altimeter 2989.
2989 for the altimeter and position checks for Papa Hotel Tango Mike. There we go. Awesome. So we're now on flight following. That means that we have another set of eyes watching over us. Also see that the temperature now is already dropping. So that means we are running into freezing levels, pitot heat levels. I can see some clouds here in the distance, a little bit more high up, but good visibility. So I think we're fine. Very nice. Whiteman over there. Cool. Hey November. Welcome on the stream. Keep on track here. Also because we're high up, I can also start to lean already a bit. The air is thin enough, also gives us more power. And I should stay on track, a little bit more to the right. But still, I'm sloppy on that checklist flying, and I don't know what's... It's just that I guess I developed such a habit just to do things by heart that the item use a checklist is not a check. And I think this is also why it's much harder to learn how to fly on your own without having an instructor, because an instructor can really, in the moment, just in time, instruct you and beat you up when you forget about those things, and then you can develop those habits much more quicker, I guess. Coming up to our cruising altitude. Again, look how the city lights reflect in the clouds. Beautiful. Yeah, Heinrich, it does look good. I totally agree. Alright, 8,500, so push on the yoke. Just allow the airplane to speed up a bit. And once it's stable, then I'm gonna trim and reset. And also use the checklist. Again, cloud ceiling on top of us. Good. Bit less power. 2400 is fine by me. Turbulence. All right. Trim up a bit. And again, around more turbulent weather, it's better to stay on maneuvering speed. Man, this is choppy weather. I also know that xEnviro actually exaggerates the turbulence a bit. But to me, somehow turbulence gives or improves the impression that I'm actually flying in a cockpit in real weather conditions, so I don't mind that much. It also helps just to focus on the scenery, looking outside rather than on your instruments, because you can really make you crazy here. Yes, that I saw, but I cannot. I will not change that.
Piaggio 77 Kilo Henderson ground
During the
runway
flight
17
now.
right,
Just need
taxi
to
via Alpha
concentrate here.
Charlie.
Okay, we're on the needle. That's good. And suddenly turbulence is gone. Luckily. How are you doing that with installing X-Plane? Already made some progress today? Smooth air, luckily. Look at that, guys. And it's not just the scenery. I also love the way the nav lights and the beacon lights, even from the tail, reflect here on this piece of the airplane. It's all reflective. It's so nice. Oh, you even fly. You even flown a bit. Good. So in front of us already some airports. And we know what those airports are.
I'm sorry about that. I did that from memory. Alpha Hotel.
Those are Camarillo, among other. So that is good. 10 minutes on the clock. Still tracking. And I expected how much time? Yeah, 60 minutes it was. Yeah, so we still got some time to go. You can also look at the DME, obviously. 8 nautical miles. Engine is still looking good. All in the green. Wowee. Yeah, so I feel comfortable. Cling. Cruising. Throttle, mixture we set, oil pressure we just checked, landing lights are off, engine gauge are okay, annunciator messages.
Cessna 33 Alpha Juliet, John Tower, wind 190
Okay.
and 5, runway 20 left at Kilo, clear for takeoff.
And pitot heat we don't need. Still we are near freezing levels there, but need to keep on track here. Nicely trimmed though. I'd like to fly right towards Fillmore. Okay. Heading indicator, is it cross-checked with our compass? Yes. Navigation log, yeah, again, I'd like to track my own navigation log rather than just using or relying on ForeFlight. I think that forces me to also, again, use the clock in a more deliberate, integral way to my flying, rather than just as a secondary thing that I just need to do. It then becomes something that's also part of our routine.
PHCIM, traffic 11 o'clock, 4 miles northbound on 2DK 7600, typing off.
Traffic inside for Papa telling you, Mike, thanks. That's that traffic.
R262 nearly off of Burbank clearance.
And that's what is so nice of flight following.
So you're doing the IP, is that correct?
So useful of flight following. You get these traffic alerts.
Charlie Alpha is for the I-5?
I think not weather alerts, that's really flight service, and that's not part of PilotEdge.
Charlie Alpha, Roger, Las Vegas Airport, Van Nuys 3 departure, Daggett transition.
But I think I can ask the controller to read me the METAR of a particular airport, but I can just read that out from my ForeFlight.
Squawk 6145.
Okay, but we completed our test here, our checks. Good. ATIS. ATIS, obviously ATIS. Camarillo, let's listen to Camarillo once more.
KCMA information Oscar. 200 Zulu weather. Wind 280 at 16. Visibility more than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 16. Dew point -23. Altimeter 2988. Arriving runways 0826.
Alright. Now, it's important when you're on flight following, the controllers are controlling all the aircraft within their sector, right? And they rely on the fact that all the controllers use the same altimeter setting. So they know that they are actually separating the traffic. If every one of us uses their own altimeter setting, local altimeter setting, you might run into trouble. So even though I'm just tuning into ATIS and listening to the among other things, the altimeter setting, I shouldn't reset my own altimeter because then I'm out of sync with the controller. So, I didn't even set my altimeter, by the way, according to the controller. Oops.
Piaggio 7 Kilo Henderson Tower, runway 17 right, clip takeoff.
That was 2989. 29.
So that's 3 Alpha Juliet radar contact depart.
All right. Fillmore, VOR.
Contact Point Magoo, approach 124.7.
4.7. Over to Point Magoo, 124.7 for Papa telling you, Mike. All right. Next sector. 124.7. Switch. Point Magoo, Skyhawk, Papa Hotel Tango, and Mike is level 8500. You get an altimeter again to get that sync going up.
PHCIM to approach. Point Magoo, altimeter 2992.
2992 for Papa Hotel Tango, and Mike. And we're going to reset the altimeter setting right now. 2992. Okay, so we passed Fillmore, it seems. So now we're going to catch that NAV2 over to Santa Barbara. It's going to be to the west. Which makes sense. A little bit nose up here.
So that's 33 Alpha Juliet. So far, you were supposed to be on a 330 heading. Flighting 330.
It is so fun to fly at night, especially with good visibility. Also good for the frame rates, which not really a concern to me, but still. Traffic there, traffic also over the nose, low. Okay, so that means we just passed over a... Yeah, it was already 16 minutes. It did confirm, it did align with what we planned in terms of our estimated time there. That was good. So reset, that means that we also should have an idea now of our next leg. Fillmore to Santa Barbara. 28 minutes. And that's San Marcos VOR, right? Okay. And we already set on the nav1 the next VOR. That is no, not Santa Ines. That is Gaviota. So nav1 113.8. That's confirmed.
Yeah, GeoSatlink no contact departure.
And that's going to be a course of 261.
So that's 3 Alpha Juliet altitude restriction, resume 1 navigation.
261. So you yo-yo almost. You switch between those nav1s and nav2s. You can just
yeah, GeoSatlink kilo.
Navigate
Las Vegas departure,
much more easily.
Climb maintain 10,000.
Again, traffic here. My 10 o'clock. Alligator, why so cold? Yeah, apparently that's what also the my charts were saying. So looking at the freezing levels, part of our pre-flight here, I mentioned that. Let me see. As you can see, yellow, orange, around 9,000, 11,000-ish freezing levels. And the reason why, and I should keep an eye on my course here, is that a cold front has just passed LA area. As you can see. So a cold front brings with it more cold air from the Arctics.
Or 262 Charlie Alpha Burbank ground, safe parking. Or 2 Charlie Alpha, the entire airport is GA, except for the terminal. Wood ramp you on.
Look at those lights.
R2 Charlie Alpha, roger. Runway 8, taxi via Charlie.
Beautiful. It also has some serenity to night flying. I don't know what it is. Makes me calm. Hey Nietzsche, welcome on board. Yeah, but still guys, I'm a bit frustrated. There's some kind of a hastiness, some kind of a negligence, some kind of a je ne sais pas that shouldn't be there. Even though I mentioned before I actually start my flight, when I like to use the checklist or use the clock, I still forget. And I guess it's because I didn't develop the habits yet, so the habits that I do have just overrule my new intentions. That might be the case. But I've been saying this for so many streams now. Again, that's the value of having an instructor here now live on board. That's saying, Tim, what's your clock doing? Tim, you're not going to forget. You know, it's really...
Geo 7 Kilo cleared direct. We
really
contact
important.
Las Vegas departure 125.9.
Again, engine is looking good. Green, green, green. Also switch our COM2 to the ATIS of Santa Barbara. Let's have a listen.
Santa Barbara Mun information Oscar. 200 Zulu weather. Wind 290 at 16. Visibility
Strong
more
winds.
than 10. Sky clear. Temperature 16. Dew point -23. Altimeter 2988. Arriving runway 25. Departing runway 25. Advise on initial contact you have Oscar.
Alrighty. Perhaps it's also a good time to rehearse our arrival. Even though we've got some time left. Still catching on that needle here. Need to be sure that I'm not again turning away. Yeah, so again, Oceano non-towered airport. So one thing of the arrival is that we're going to overfly the Santa Maria Delta class, as you can see over here. So once we are starting our descent, we need to be very sure that we're not descending through that Delta class. Even though we're on flight following, that doesn't mean that we can enter those towered airspaces. We can with Charlies, but not with Deltas. So that's a concern. That means that we need to at least stay above 2,800 feet to overfly that area. Oh, now I understand why I need to obviously fly so much high up north to get to stay track on this particular heading, because we've got a really strong northern wind, right? That's what we saw also as part of our weather planning. So we're being pushed away from that western track. And again, we've already got a reading of that next VOR. So far, so good. Anyway, yeah, so we need to stay on altitude, that's one. And second, yeah, what kind of a winds can we expect? St. Louis is, oh man, it's going to be so challenging. At night, crosswind landing, 10 knots up to gusting 18 knots, guys. I haven't even practiced crosswind landings good enough in daytime, let alone doing that at night. So,
Burbank Tower, wind 300 at 1.
It's going to be a really exciting.
Cliff take up.
No clouds though, so that's good as well. Anyway, 3-0, so that favors runway 29. That's quite usual, typical for the Oceano area. Winds coming from the ocean. And as you can see here, right pattern 1-1, but 29 is then a left. So we can enter, for example, the left base runway 29. I'm familiar with the airport, so I don't need to overfly it first, I think. So that's going to be the plan. So really catched on that needle. Turbulence. Again, need to stick on altitude. Pulling a bit on that yoke. Whoa, we are gusting winds here. Bit more power. Bit more of a left turn here to catch that needle. Fuel is still good. Really choppy weather here. Alright, let's stay west here, because chances are we're going to get pushed on the radial nonetheless. And that was some turbulence. It's gone already. Good. We're still a bit off track. Is Oceano open at night? I think so. That's an interesting question. A bit less power. Let me first get stable flight going. Then we're going to have a look. Turn. Okay. Is Oceano open at night? Good question, Kimo. Maps. Oceano. Info. I think. Where can I see whether the airport is actually open? I think just the airport facility directory. Oceano. Still I'm flying straight. Let me see. Airport remarks, unattended. I don't see any anything here saying that the airport is closed. I don't think if even untowered airports can be closed because there's no one to close up the airport, but I don't know how that works. So that's fine. But a good question, Kimo. Again, need to go a little bit to the north here. Stay on track. Engine is still good. GT, can we? No, a little bit enriching. A little bit more rich. Right. Good.
Yeah, Joe, 7 Kilo contact Los Angeles Center 134.65. See ya.
Traffic there to our 9 o'clock. A bit lower. And again, this is also why flight following is so handy, especially near congested airspace or class Charlie airspace or whatever.
Cessna 33 Alpha Juliet, contacts approach 135.
Because you know a controller is actually watching over you. And still you need to be, you are still responsible. I mean, flight following, the controllers are not really guaranteeing you traffic separation. They're just giving you traffic alerts, so you still as a pilot need to be as aware of other traffic.
Yeah, Joe, 7 Kilo, Los Angeles Center, Daggett out to
But it does help. It's just additional guidance.
EHTIM, contact Santa Barbara approach 120.55.
0.55. Santa Barbara approach 120.55. Papa tells me Mike, thanks. Alright. 120.55. Santa Barbara approach, Skyhawk, Papa Hotel Tango Any Mike is level 8,300.
Skyhawk PHTM, Santa Barbara approach, altimeter 2992.
92, Papa Hotel Tango Mike. 92, still 92, good. Again, Tim, you're now really drifting off from that needle. And that's particularly important this case because Santa Barbara, that you can already see located over there, has a huge Charlie airspace, and if we do not fly that blue track that we plan to fly and we fly a little bit more from the southern part up north, we cross that Charlie, and still we're on fly following, so that's okay, that wouldn't be a problem, but it's not like we plan to do.
Air 262 Charlie Alpha, don't know where you're at. You look like you got disconnected. Where are you?
Yeah, Nietzsche, you're right. It's actually mentioned in the airport facility directory, indeed. Watch out for kites. There's also some, I think some
Air 2 Charlie Alpha,
areas there that are
departure,
protected, or you cannot overfly on a low altitude because of some wildlife kind of territory. And I think that is also something that I should include a bit more, but again, doing a proper pre-flight for real will take so much time.
262 Charlie Alpha, cut departure, radar contact.
So it gets a little bit elaborate, but still I'm so much interested in learning how to do a proper real-world-based kind of oriented pre-flight. And what I should also just do is when I go to an airport, again, look at the airport facility directory. Have an idea whether the airport is open, but also some specific
on departure flight runway heading, radar vectors Paradise,
procedures, arrival procedures, departure procedures, because those differ from
departure
airport to
frequency
airport.
135.4, squawk 6563.
Yeah, Nietzsche. I did have a look, and there was a school and well, some other areas there near Acqua Dolce that are indeed that you should avoid during the departure and arrival. I didn't cover it here on the stream, but I did have a look at it. But it's important stuff, so I should again incorporate this as part of my habits. Unfortunately, guys, you cannot see the photoreal scenery here, but I love the Bakersfield, Santa Barbara scenery over here. So in the next stream, we're going to do a daytime flight and then to Tower Airport,
Papa Whiskey, box ground,
among other. And I can show off the photoreal because it is gorgeous.
Papa Whiskey. That's 3-3 Alpha Juliet. How do you?
So the ocean is actually over there. You can see already some
Ontario Tower,
stars being reflected in the water. Traffic there to Santa Barbara. A bit too high, Tim. I mean, a few hundred feet. Too much. Just stick on 8,500. And again, I'm not using any autopilot in my streams because I like to hand fly the airplane, but it does mean that I need to hand fly the airplane. Thank you for following, Greg. Thanks.
Three Alpha Juliet, Tower, left downwind, runway 26 left, call.
Again, engine is looking fine. 70 minutes on the clock, so 10 more minutes before we reach the Santa Maria, San Marcos VOR. And there we are.
4 Papa. 187 Papa Whiskey, clear to John Wayne Airport on runway 24 departure procedure, Palmdale. Victor 201 Berry. Victor 459 Seal Beach direct.
But so far so good.
6,000.
The only thing that I'm frustrated with is the procedures. Just forgetting how doing the checklist.
126.1 squawk 6240 and say navigation suffix.
We should be able to have a nice look on Santa Barbara soon, because the San Marcos VOR is just north of the airport. A nice highway here as a visual reference just along the coast.
Here's some with it's Victor 459, rest of readback, correct?
Dad, are you still on the stream? I'd like to ask him something.
Air 314, what's your destination?
Nicely on track there, Nav2.
Air Papa on departure. Make a straight on departure to the shoreline, then a left turn direct Santa Monica to join a mini route. Departure frequency 119.8, squawk 3774.
Let's have a closer look at Santa Barbara. Wow. Been there once.
Air 965 Delta Mike, Gillespie clearance, clear to Van Nuys Airport on departure, fly heading.
You're off to sleep, Mini Webs. Have a good night. Thank you for joining in on the stream. See you again.
Maintain 5,000, expect 6,000, 10 minutes after departure. Correction, maintain 4,000, expect 6,000. Departure frequency 119.6, squawk 2113.
All right, 8,500, again, nicely on track. 20 minutes, 8 minutes to go.
Verify Delta Mike, read that correct. 3 Charlie Alpha, Los Angeles Center 125.2.
Again, I'm noticing when I'm
2 Charlie Alpha, contact Los Angeles Center 125.
when I'm not handling the yoke, I just get pushed to the left because of that northern wind.
Papa, Santa Monica Ground Safe Park. 21 taxi via Bravo, advise you have weather.
Alligator, wait a minute, isn't there a daytime right now at Santa Barbara? Yes, it is, but hey, that's the advantage of using a flight simulator. I like to practice night flying as well, as part of my training flights, so that's why I set it to night.
Big 26 Charlie Alpha, Los Angeles Center, I maintain level 210.
Look at these taxi holding runway thresholds, blinking, nice. I mean, X-Plane is so pretty, especially at night, even at dusk or dawn. So so nice. Hey guys, what do you think of Flight Sim World, the announcement? What do you think? Are you excited? Or not? Or what are your thoughts? I have had a look at the stream, Dovetail stream last Thursday.
Foxtrot Ontario ground push on November 1 approved.
Kimo, FSX version 2. Alright, that's one vote.
Arthur Alpha Juliet, you already have your landing clearance and I didn't tell you to report anything. You shouldn't report anything.
Promising, Dad says. Alligator, I'll get it for free. Oh, did you win it? Did you win the sneak preview or that giveaway, Alligator?
Santa Monica Tower 1350 at 7, Gus 11, runway 21, cliff takeoff.
Well, I'm not too excited as well. To me, it also seemed like a quite basic upgrade, I think, of FSX. And also, as Frugal mentioned, and others as well, they really closed down the whole ecosystem of flights, or not really closed it down. There's going to be a store, but they're going to sell third-party applications also through the Steam store. They must be also be sold through the Steam store, as well as through just external stores like A2A's products or Orbix's products. And that might lead to a well, not really a nice marketing dynamic. The prices can go really high. And also, there's something when I listen to that executive director there at Flight Sim World, Steve, also his first presentation on Flight SimCon, I don't get the guy. He's not a pilot. He's just, I don't feel represented. And I also see that when I look at the previews. Yeah, Nietzsche, you're totally right. They have to succeed with doing this. Flight school was also a bit of a disaster. So I'm not too excited as well, and also I just love X-Plane. I love the community surrounding X-Plane.
Right taxi via Delta cross from 17 at Delta.
What I did love to see, what I did like to see, or liked seeing, was the raindrops, which is just a silly feature, but
3 Alpha Juliet
was pretty. I also love to see that here on X-Plane. Also, I'm much too high up. Come on, Tim. almost 500 feet.
4 Papa, it's right turn Santa Monica unit. 4 Papa, Roger, contact Los Angeles Tower 1F1A.
Santa Barbara.
Air 757 Papa Foxtrot, Ontario Tower, runway 26 right, cleared for takeoff, wind variable 4.
Come on, pushing down on that yoke. Yeah, so we haven't got a reading now, I think. So that means we're on top of San Marcos, and that means we can start to catch this particular radial. It's going to be a little bit up to the south.
Right, 1 Papa, Los Angeles helicopters,
But perhaps it's better just to stay a little bit up north here, because I know there's a lot of Charlie airspace, and still we're on flight following, so we're fine. Also much, well, yeah, we're high up. Doesn't really matter that much. We can overflight easily. So let's head toward our next VOR here. 26 minutes. Well, it's not too far off. We are. There we go.
187 Popski, Fox Tower, runway 24, cleared for takeoff, wind 26020, gust 2.
I'll stay on altitude, Tim. Stay on altitude.
1 Papa, radar contact, cleared to Bravo airspace, main route southbound, maintain VFR 2500, Los Angeles altimeter 2990.
Good. There's the needle. Let's have a close look at Santa Barbara in just a second. Go.
Diageo 77, let me move. Josh, approach Palmdale, altimeter 299.5. You have weather?
Santa Barbara, guys.
Diageo 7, can expect visual approach on 124.
Is that police?
Air 7 Alpha, track contact.
Wow, it's so pretty.
Boy 757 Alpha Foxtrot, so got departure radar contact,
Okay, let's have a look at what we can expect for our next leg. So we're currently flying this chunk, 10 minutes, and we're gonna set the nav2 inbound to Morro Bay. So let's do that. That's nav2, Morro Bay. And that's a heading of 312. Good. Already far off that needle. Come on. Still catch your radial and then do the next thing. And again, on flight following doesn't mean no matter what you do, you don't. It's not like IFR flying that you really need to stick on that particular track. Flight following is just watching and giving you any traffic alerts or. Oh, we don't got a reading anymore. Oh, perhaps we were just on top of the 3 minutes or so. Weird that we don't have a reading.
Papa Whiskey contact. Northwest 3 to Los Angeles Center. Roger, cross rays at maintain flight level 240.
113.8. Oh, that's why.
Up contact, Hawthorne Tower 121.1.
113.8. Nav 2. Very hard to see on my Saitek panel if I set it to nav 1 or nav 2. Let me see. Something like this.
757 Alpha Foxtrot, turn right heading.
Nav 2 and it's 112.4. Yes. Switch. Now it works. And this I should set to. That was the course. 1261. That's still set. Alright.
I have no altitude. Turn your transponder on. Squawk altitude, please.
And that is to.
Hawthorne Tower. Southbound transition approved. Stay attention.
Yeah, Dad. So version 4 of P3D, what that will look like. I'm also curious to see what those guys are up to.
Maintain 10,000 to stay altitude.
Either way, though, it's good to see that there's some competition there. It's always good to inspire the guys to do more good.
50, just to maintain 6,000 back to the final.
So to the right there also, just right to my compass, also another airport. I think that's Giza.
So this is 314 Papa, SoCal approach identity. 965 to Mike, Gillespie Tower, wind column, rolling 27 right, big on. Operator contact 2 miles south of Hawthorne Airport, altimeter 2991.
I need to, well, currently it's actually working quite okay. I was quite inspired by another company that is making these panels, much more realistically looking. That the guy of under the glide slope, on the glide slope uses. I don't know what the company is, but it's much more expensive.
Santa Barbara Airport, Cathedral 1 departure, Palm Springs, that's filed. Maintain
But
7,000,
it looks gorgeous.
Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 236.
And that's the next kind of panel that I would build into my cockpit. But this works just fine, I think. What really frustrated me before was that there weren't really out-of-the-box drivers delivered with the Saitek panels. So I bought them and I couldn't use them, which was really, really silly. And then Spot Next.
260.
I discovered Spot Next and was also part of the beta team there. And eventually it worked. And now also for X-Plane, and that really did the job quite well. So I'm quite pleased now with my setup, actually.
Air 71 to Santa Barbara clearance, cleared to Santa Maria Airport for guide 10, flight 5, departure, San Marcos transition as filed, climb via SID, exit maintain 3000, frequency 120.55, squawk 7304.
Still would like to see a reading of my nav2 now. Perhaps that's too far away. Apparently that's still too far away. Let's double check. That's 1 to 2.4 on my ForeFlight. 112.4. That's good. So perhaps we need to pick a outbound radial from, what's the radial called? Gaviota to get us to Oceano.
713 Bravo back right. 5 Delta Mike, contact departure.
So the needle is already rapidly turning away, so that means that we are on top of the
0900 for
EOR.
I need to keep you a little bit south here for just a second.
We don't have any reading, so let's again get the chart here. Well, we already know, right? It's indeed 310. So that's what we could do now. We could turn to 310.
With your heading. You appear to be on a 270 heading now. Flight 250.
That's Santa Ines. Also some departing traffic.
Yeah, I'll adjust on my end, don't worry about
in complete darkness. But I like these night flights. I also, what I really like is doing traffic pattern flying at night at Santa Monica or John Wayne or Palm Springs. Well, Palm Springs is not that not a big urban area. I think it's more pretty at John Wayne. Also Santa Monica, by the way. And just to do a few traffic patterns before I go to bed. It's really nice. I should stream that as well. Okay, 310. That should bring us into the right direction, and we should find a reading soon. What's the duration of this track?
Santa Barbara ground, runway 15
It's
left,
going to be
taxi
a 26 minutes leg. We only need to start the descent after Santa Monica, or Santa Maria, I mean. So that means, well, not really descending because we're quite high up. We shouldn't be below 2,800 feet, right?
27 Alpha, try flighting 050, joining Victor 442.
Yeah, so that's around, yeah, 22 minutes, yeah, 37 nautical miles. Okay.
SoCal approach 13.2.
I think this is the longest flight I actually flown on my stream before. 123 nautical miles. And engine is okay. This is interesting. I see lights through my panel, or through my nav 1 here.
Okay, 187 on Whiskey, SoCal approach, Burbank, altimeter 298. Cessna 4 will public contact, SoCal approach 128.1. 7 UK Airport, just left of your 12 o'clock, 15 miles, 26, and maintain 4,500.
Traffic there on my 2 o'clock.
Cessna 3141 Papa, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter 2990, proceed to Mile Square Park. In that case, disregard, resume on navigation.
Hey Mike, yeah, it's looking really good. I totally agree.
27 Alpha Foxtrot affirmative, contact Josh approach 126.1,
And also,
see it.
What I would really love to see, and that's kind of like what I built now, I've built a dedicated computer now, a PC for X-Plane. And what I actually like to have is just like a console almost. Just want to push a button, and the next interaction that would be required of me as a user would be to start flying. It should be a game. It should be a complete full package flight sim. I don't want to mess with window updates or even click on X-Plane to start it up. I just like to see a full self-updating simulation computer environment. Fortunately, still a lot of tinkering, and that's also good that you can tinker with all that software and hardware to get the best experience. But still, I'm actually kind of lazy computer builder, or I just like it to work, and sometimes there's a new update, a new Windows update, or a new X-Plane update, and then everything seems to not work anymore, and that just so frustrates me. I mean, why? And that's also why I like X-Plane, by the way, in comparison to Pre3D, also to FSX back in the day. It's very stable. Ah, we got a reading. Good. On my nav 2. Didn't notice that, so that means we need to go a little bit more to the south here. To the west. Good. Let's see that needle come in. Also pick up on an ATIS. And that's San Luis 120.6. Com 2. 120.6.
San Luis CORGNL information Papa. 300 Zulu weather. Wind 290 at 16. Visibility more than 10.
Good.
Sky clear. Temperature 16. Dew point -23. Altimeter 2994. Arriving runways 25.
Paris 713 on Santa Barbara Tower, runway
Departing
15
runways
left, clear for takeoff,
25.
wind 220.
Alright, so again we've got strong winds. And we're at night.
Yeah, Geo 70, no contact, Fox Tower 118.5.
And what we're going to do is enter the left base runway 29 here. So we need to be prepared for doing go-arounds. Also not a full flap landing. Full flap configuration is not recommended in strong crosswinds. Let's see, distance. Do I have a distance reading on my
yeah, 77 Kilo Fox
nav
Tower,
2? No, I don't.
26020, that's 28, runway 24, clear line.
2.4. That's 43 nautical miles, okay. Almost on track here again. And what did we say? We said that around 32 nautical miles we should be able to see the airport. Well, that's clearly here just in front of us. Just over the nose. Over there. And that's 2800, so what we can do is already start our descent. As long as we stay above 2800 when we are on top of, what's the airport called? Santa Maria. Good. And once we see the airport, Oceano, we can say that to flight following, and they will cancel our flight following support. Engine is still looking good. Total blackness, and guys, it's so pretty here. Photoreal scenery. Will be awesome in the next stream when it's daytime to have a look. Mike, it's come a long way. It's not too far. I'm not too far behind with you in a Baron. I just passed Fillmore VOR. Okay, Mike. Awesome.
Intercept Papa Whiskey County, SoCal approach 134.9er. Northwest 330 at Los Angeles Center 135.5. Baron 13 Bravo, contact departure. Here to Pub Whiskey, SoCal approach flighting 1 maintain 7000, vector John Wayne Airport, altimeter 2991.
I think I made a mistake. Or mistake? Miscalculated the Santa Maria Airport.
7.
Because
Northwest 330,
it doesn't comply to our track. So I'm already off track already, as you can see here on the nav2. So I was catching on. I was trying to grab that needle. And based on that capture kind of heading, I tried to infer what Santa Maria was. But obviously that doesn't work because
Bear 713 Santa Barbara departure.
We need to do that while we're on the radial itself. Still need to keep that descent going. Can also go to 6,500.
Bear 713 Bravo.
That seems to be more like Santa Maria.
Yep, Bear Bravo.
Bear 713 Santa Barbara departure. Radar contact. Climb B6 at maintain 6,000.
Climb bus at up to 6,000. Request localize the DMA back course alpha approach for Santa Maria from San Marcos.
13 Bravo.
Good.
5 Delta, my contact SoCal approach 128.1.
And also what makes sense now, if I look at the airport in the distance, that its layout more closely matches our track.
When able to stay stills on board and fuel remain. Forward Papa, Roger, emergency vehicles or emergency personnel have been notified. Number 965 Delta Mike, SoCal approach, altimeter 2991. Yageo 7 Kilo, taxi parking via Alpha, monitor ground.
It's so pretty. Alright, so we can still start a descent to 6,500. Kind of a staged descent here, or arrival. Good. I can also see Oceano already, I think. Far in the distance. And that's San Luis. Once we're over Santa Maria here in front of us, we can cancel our flight following.
Air 7 Pop Whiskey, descend and maintain 7,000. Contact SoCal approach 128.1.
Good. There's our track. Again, we can descend a bit more, so less power. Oh yeah, that should also should have helped me reminding that I was not at Santa Maria because I'm expecting a particular time to arrive there, and this would have been too soon if that was Santa Maria. Again, the use of a clock.
7 Alpha Foxtrot, contact Victor Bill Tower 118.35.
Look at all the city
Northwest 3
lights.
contact,
Wow.
SoCal approach 124.5. King Air 1 Ace Pop Whiskey, SoCal approach, flighting 0707, maintain, correction, maintain 7,000 for now, for traffic, altimeter 29901.
Good descent going there. 6,000. Right on track, good. Engine is still okay.
Point 75 now, Foxtrot, Victor Bill Tower, 17, clear to land, wind 27015, gust 20. Diageo 7, Roger, have a good. Northwest 330, SoCal approach, cross Santa Monica at maintain 7,000 at 210 knots, then fly heading 070. Vector visual approach runway 24 right, altimeter 3, correction 29990. Air 7 Papa Whiskey flighting 030, descend and maintain 5,000. Air 5 Delta Mike, direct pop. Air 5 Delta Mike, clear direct popper. Air 5 Delta Mike, 280, join Santa Monica 125 radio. Epic 2 Charlie
Another
Alpha.
airplane there.
Descend and maintain 10,000. Contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Man, these cities look so cool. Cool with driving
Epic
cars.
26 Charlie Alpha, descend and maintain 10,000. Contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Really nice.
And there are 2 Charlie Alpha, something's wrong, your mic is loose or something, or cable's loose, you keep like disconnecting and reconnecting. I can hear the cable disconnect and reconnect. Air 713 cross San Marcos 6,000, clear localizer.
Because we're descending, you can see the EGT is
back
dropping.
course Alpha approach,
Because we set our mixture obviously to a higher altitude, so I'm enriching the mixture a bit.
Cross San Marcos 6,000, cleared approach. Let's report.
Air 7 Papa Whiskey flighting 30.
Keep that descent going.
King Air 7 Papa Whiskey flighting 020.
So far so good. Set the heading indicator of Oceano 29 right. 29.
Here, Epic 62 Charlie Alpha, Los Angeles Center, Las Vegas altimeter 2979.
Mike, have you ever tried to fly an airliner? Yes, I did. I actually flown a full motion 737 in a simulator, full motion simulator 737. And I actually succeeded with landing it quite well.
Air 7210, runway 30, taxi Alpha.
But I don't know all the systems and all that stuff, so I was really just focusing on flying while co-pilot was doing all the buttons and stuff. It's really fun.
Air 7 Papa Whiskey, John Wayne Airport.
I think I've uploaded that also on my YouTube channel, the Uncertified Pilot YouTube channel.
Air 7 Whiskey, just maintain 3,000.
Well, it was awesome, Mike.
Northwest 3
It was,
contact, approach 124.9.
yeah, thrilling, and also just the sensation of the motion obviously really adds to the immersion. Yeah, it was really, really cool. But still, I still like Skyhawks better than the airliners.
Northwest 330. SoCal approach. After Santa Monica, to maintain 5,000. Sped visual approach runway 24
Alright,
right out to
4,000. Good. Can already see Oceano there in the distance.
Intercept Pablo, are you running real world weather?
Again, originating the mixture again. You can see the EGT rising.
Intercept Pablo, so you have it. Intercept Pablo, you're ready. Clear visual approach runway 20 right. Intercept Pablo Whiskey, danger runway 20
We should
left.
stay a little bit to the south side of Oceano to enter that left base, 29. Before we check in on the CTF, we should cancel our flight following. So the guys know that we are on our route and we're able to make the field. So let's do that. Wait for a gap here on the radio.
Airflight Delta, turn 15 degrees right for wind correction.
Santa Barbara approach, Skyhawk Papa Hotel Tango Eddie Mike is the airport in sight.
PHTAM traffic alert, traffic 3 o'clock, 1 mile, same direction, altitude in case 3,100, type in on.
Traffic in sight for Papa Hotel Tango Mike, thanks.
PHTAM, Roger, San Luis altimeter 3005, no other traffic observed, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, exchange approved.
Altimeter 05 and we'll switch over to VFR, thanks for your help. Bye. 1.
Airflight 02, Echo Tango Stem.
1. Where are we?
262 Charlie Alpha,
zero.
Las Vegas approach. After Creso, flying 010.
That means that we are free now.
Right. Maintain
To switch, landing lights on, CTF of Oceano is 1 to 2.7. Switch. Alright. Yeah, we're still descending, 2800. Oh, 2800 is good. Airport is already behind us. Alrighty then. Oceano traffic, yellow Skyhawk is 10 miles southeast of the airport, currently at 3,200 inbound for a full stop. We're going to enter the left base runway 29, Oceano. Back at Oceano, where it all started. My first flight on the stream here on the channel. Always is nice to revisit Oceano. And this time on X-Plane 11. Kind of a close look here. Aircraft is now turning to us. No, it's turning away from us. Perhaps that's Mike, I don't know for sure. Still, we need to descend, further descent. Let's see what the airport elevation of Oceano is. That's 14. Yeah, that makes sense near the ocean. So that means that we need to descend further down to 1,000 feet. Now we've got a crosswind. Again, let's listen to San Luis to have one last reading.
San Luis CORGNL information Papa. 300 Zulu weather. Wind 350 at 7. Visibility more than 10.
310 at 7. Oh, it's
sky clear.
Gone a little bit less. That's good. So that means that we got a pretty much a headwind there. So not a lot of crosswind component I expect. That's good. noticed though when just looking over the cowling here that I'm being pushed to the left. Very slightly, so there is definitely a crosswind. You can see traffic there to the right. And I think that's Mike. Coming in, sequencing himself behind me. Oceano traffic. Yellow Skyhawk is now 5 miles southeast of the airport, currently at 2000, inbound for a full stop on the end of the left base, runway 29. Oceano. Okay, give us some room here to make that base lag. Again, total blackness here to the left of me, that's the ocean. Checks, we should do checks. I should have done already some checks. Fore landing, trim, well it's currently set, that's okay. Flaps are okay, mixture we did, pitot heat we did. Landing lights are on, heading indicator we checked, parking brakes are released, seat belts are on, and we're ready to go. Again, this is not something that you should do just before you enter a traffic pattern. Okay, traffic pattern altitude is coming up. I'd like to get to around 100 knots. No one on the CTEF so far. Here we are, 1000. Nose up, allow that airspeed to bleed off. Be a bit close here. Can already descend a bit. Mixture full in. Oceano traffic, yellow sky, because now on the left base, runway 29, full stop, Oceano. Good. That's 100 knots. Good. First notch of flaps. Allow that airspeed to bleed off. Because we're getting pushed, need to make that turn a little bit more fast, I think. Wide band. Next notch of flaps. Good. But we're much too high up. So I guess it's going to be a go around. Let's see. Oceano traffic, yellow sky is turning final runway 29. Full stop. Oceano. Well, it's not too bad. Oh, I should have rolled out a little bit sooner. Well, we can make this. Goes up. I'm not going to go full flaps here. Good, good. Again, crabbed into the wind. Wow, what a nice sight. Good. More power. Nice, that tree there. My gosh. Good. Good, good. Nose up. Left rudder. Oh man, it was a hard landing. Oh, that was worse. And why is my X-plane having so much trouble? Right yoke. Right yoke. Good. Can't see any taxiway here, by the way. Man, it was a hard landing. And again, at night you don't see. I don't have that much information to see how high up I am actually. All right, let me see. At the end of the runway here. A little bit more braking. Let's turn to the right. To the right here. Yeah, good. Some power. Come on. Alright. Oceano traffic. Yellow sky is clear runway 29. Good. Landing lights off. Taxi lights on. Let's lean for ground a bit. Good, back to 1000. Let's do the checklist. Before taxi to parking. Landing signs off, taxi lights, strobe lights can also be off. PDU heat we don't need. Throttle, make sure flaps are retracted. Transponder is set. Good. Alrighty. Now let's see where we can taxi. Whoa! Almost drove into another Skyhawk. It's so hard because this is just one directional light, obviously. It's so hard to see where you can actually park. So let's see whether this actually works. Good. 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 And let's pick out a... Oh. A little bit much toe brake here. Should be a line here. Yeah. Good. And... turn. Good. Parking brake set. Again. 1000. Alright. Transponder off. Cut off. Wait until the prop stops. Magneto's off. Batteries off. And there we are. Man, what a flight. Oh. That was long. And again, navigation-wise it went okay. I misidentified Santa Barbara. Or Santa Maria. While I was trying to catch this radial, so I was actually pointing towards this direction to get on that track, and so I thought that that this particular airport here, Vandenberg, was Santa Maria, but obviously I've only started with identifying the airport while I was on this track. So yeah, that was a minor kind of, but I spotted it, and that was okay. Still, navigation was good, flight following was good, ADC was good. Beautiful weather, flight planning or weather planning was also very good, I think, and the landing was bad. My gosh, let's have a look. Disconnected. I really crashed onto the runway almost. Let's see. Let's have a cockpit view once more. Man. Well, thank you for following. Welcome on the stream. So here I was. Again, speed. I was also a bit high, and perhaps that also makes it a little bit of an unstable approach because I tried to save the. And this tree is ridiculous. Go. 60. That was okay. Yeah, there was no flare, so I was focused too much on that correcting movement there on my pedals, and forgot to also pull on the yoke. There's a lot going on with the crosswind landing. Interesting. Now let's also have a look from the outside. If we see anything, by the way. Oh, there's smoke already. Can you see, guys? I think that's part of my crash. And it's still now in the replay. I think. Where is that smoke coming from? Is it just coming from... Well, it's just coming from the tail. I think it has to do with the hard landing. But if I look at the review, it doesn't seem to be that much of a hard landing. Look at this. Could also be that I had engine trouble. You can see I'm crabbed here. Engine trouble already during the flight, but I didn't notice anything wrong with the engine. So I think it was because of the crash here, but boom. Oh, it's not that high. Not that much of a hard touchdown. There's a shortcut to enable the smoke. Well, I don't know how I did that. Do you know what the shortcut is, November? I accidentally turned that on, perhaps. put on a show in Oceano. Control P, let's see. There we are, this is our flight. Yeah. So you can see I was quite off there, catching that radial here. And then I spotted my mistake and I tracked that needle again, and that was Santa Maria. And then I was just fine. And luckily I had enough visibility, because otherwise I was really... And also I guess during the entire flight, also in cruise, I was a lot of the time yo-yoing around the track, which was also not really pretty. Let's see. Yeah, so there's... Yeah, that was all the way down to Oceano. You can see also here I was not really that much on track. Going left, right. Yeah, it was still okay though. I was on fly following, but still, it's better just to more regularly track whether you are on track and correct for that in time. And also altitude-wise, I think I try the X key. Okay, I will soon. Thank you, November. Let me see. Also, altitude-wise, I was not really consistent. Well, these are small differences. As you can see here, it's up and down, and sometimes even 400 feet of a difference, and that's too much. 100 feet would actually be max. So I should just constantly focus on doing that. And also, I did trim. It was hand flying all the way, but yeah, that could be improved next time. All right. Let's go all the way down here. 4 and Control P. A. See, is there still smoke coming out of my... No, there isn't any smoke coming out of my... Perhaps... X. Yeah, perhaps because I'm standing still, you won't see it. I don't know what was going on there, guys. But I think I didn't really hit the runway that hard so that my engine would smoke or something like that. I also didn't notice anything while I was taxiing or something like engine trouble or RPM trouble. So actually, I don't know. All right, so that completes the flight. Let me also just put that in my logbook. Man, that was a long... This is 134 nautical miles, 1 hour and a half. Okay. Let's edit. Logbook. Add. That's Lima 70 to Lima 52. Duration 0130 or 29. I said it's also fine. 1 night landing. Distance. What was it already? 134. 134. Yeah, that must be my longest flight ever. Solo, night, cross country. Long flights. Very nice views, but hard landing. ... Signature. Whoppa. Okay, so edits. Making my total 124 hours. Awesome. Okay then. That was about it, guys. I think that completes my long-haul flights from non-towered airports to non-towered airports. The next stage of my training will involve towered airport flying. So that's going to be exciting. And also, obviously, here on Oceano, we're going to do a cat rating 1 first. I believe that's on Oceano. That's the non-towered traffic pattern flying, which we already did, but it's just fun to do that once more. And then we're going to head out to another non-towered airport, I think, in the east. I don't know what the name already was. It's fun. Perhaps it's still a bit new to do that cat rating to once more. And then from there we're going to go to San Luis, and then all the towered airports come into play, which is going to be much fun. I really like to chat with ADC as well. Still though, navigation issues and errors and challenges are quite independent from ADC. Still tracking VORs and keeping track on altitude and heading involves all flying. So I think that non-towered airports are also quite fun to visit. It might also be challenging. Guys, thank you so much again for jumping here in on the stream and helping me to improve my flying. Hope I will see you in the next stream as well, where we're going to do some traffic pattern flying as part of the Cat 1 rating here on Oceano. Thank you for joining in, and happy flights and blue skies. Bye. Palm Springs Tower, Skylane, Hotel Tank, Mike is 10 miles north of the airport, 3000. Information X-ray for full stop, landing on 3 left if that's available.
Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, squawk 6250.
6250.
Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs altimeter is 2985, radar contact, about 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOI. Presently landing runway 31 through straight in for 13.
That's available. Yes, please.
Correction, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, make straight in runway 13 left, and clear to land. Wind 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance, Pilatus 4658 is type PC12 slant off, request clearance to Vegas S-file.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon. Unable to give you S-file, and I'll be full route step. Plus 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas Airport. VFI Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs. Victor 370 to 29 Palms. Victor 538